Is Burplesmirk Spewpit disgustingly good in Tides of Torment? This is a request from a long time ago, but I needed videos out explaining how that you even get him first. And besides, whatever he was in older forms, now we have the current Warhammer 3 version. Oft described as a pseudo-legendary lord, you get him with Wulfric or Throg by making Nurgle altars and selecting him in a dilemma over the Tzeentchian competition. Sayl can get the same dilemma without sour grapes after clearing a given tier battle in the Dark Ritual Journey. It's no freebie, those battles aren't trivial, and he courts a lot of trouble from his campaign. But anyway, he can get this guy too. So that's how you recruit him, and he comes at rank 25 when he arrives. Despite being a lord, he's treated like a legendary hero in the sense that he has 0 upkeep, which sparkles like a shiny bauble. I had to pinch myself and check in-game with the Sayl campaign. I had to kiss goodbye with patch 7.2. Nope, no upkeep listed. Amazing. On Ultra Scale, he wades in with 13,620 health, armor 50, physical resistance 20%, no missile resistance by default. Keep in mind, if you have Sayl DLC, the Rune Caller exists. Leadership 80 is strong. Speed 36 and charge speed 50 are, fine given his size and bulk. Melee attack begins at 60 and is both magical attack and poison upon enemies. Attack interval 4 is as standard. Splash target size large means plague ogres on down, and max targets damaged by each such splash is 6. Melee defense is 50 before boosting. Weapon strength 550 is split base 185 and armor piercing 385, so a very strong armor bashing bench. No bonus versus a type. Charge bonus a mere 20, and mass 7,000, so not much can knock this guy over. Counting as a siege attacker and inflicting fear and terror, he disintegrates when broken. After 15 seconds of melee contact, Cloud of Flies drives melee defense up by another 9. Background trait, Gift of the Crow, grants horrible regeneration to his entire army, meaning not just regeneration, not just fire weakness 20%, remember the fire weakness, it stacks with other weaknesses. But dead entities that died in that particular battle can get up and fight again until you hit the healing cap, provided the other entities are full health. Speaking of that, hit points plus 30% for all characters, and not being a faction leader, this of course is his army. Healing cap plus 50% for the entire army. Enables poison attacks for all units in his army. Be careful. This can conflict with some contact effects and override them. Femir are probably the biggest problem. And grants physical resistance plus 15% to the entire army. Again, remember Rune Callers exist. In spite of being a Nurgle demon, his blue and red lines are Norscan standard, being able to take stand or die or fight or die, one or the other. Spewpit has a 100% orthodox Lore of Nurgle magic line for all its goodness, ending in Arcane Conduit with evasion in the middle. He has an orthodox melee line, and though Tamarkan was identical, let's run through it fast. Infernal Champion, plus 10% weapon strength, 1 pip. Devastating Charge, plus 30 charge bonus flat at 2 pips, and remember, he starts with 20 only. Thick-Skinned, plus 15 armor at 2. Hard to hit, plus 12 melee defense at 2, Deadly Blade, plus 12 melee attack at 2, Fetid Stench, 35 meter range hex, enemy leadership minus 8 within it, Wound Maker, plus 20% more weapon strength at 2, Scarred Veteran, health plus 15% at 2, and he starts with a lot, Indomitable, plus 12 leadership at 2, Blade Shield, plus 12 more melee defense at 2, Capstone, Pestilent Decay, a Mortis Engine style effect when in melee, and unlike Tamarkan, he casts spells, and unlike Kugath, he doesn't launch artillery with his hands. Being able to Mortis Engine stuff all around him helps a lot to grind the enemy down, and is very efficient on your wins since you use none. At rank 7, Bloated Carcass is 1 pip for plus 10% missile resistance, where he had none by default. At rank 15, he can pick the same Hardened Abominations that boss up monstrous Arcana monsters, but I'll go into that again in a future hunt-related video. Now then, let's cover what makes him truly unique beyond all this, because while his being in Norsca is unique, a lot of stuff got borrowed until now. Starting with his personal mini-line at rank 12, Gifts of Blight. Gives plus 1 population to newly captured settlements, which can really help with your snowball effects, but must exist within the spoil system unless conquering a Norscan region settlement, and plus 5% casualty replenishment, which is nice, it's gravy. Locus of Virulence simply enables the ability of that name, 90-second cooldown, 21 seconds duration, whopping 55-meter radius, self and allies get melee attack plus 24 and weapon strength plus 25%. It is thus better than Fight or Die, but can stack with it potentially. Instruments of Filth is a self-buff, but plus 25 armor and plus 15% weapon strength are not trivial, not a tiny bit. The Filing Deluge increases his own battle healing cap by plus 50% and grants the ability of the same name, 2 uses, 120-second cooldown. I sure didn't understand it at first, so listen up. It targets a single unit, operates like a flock of doom on it for 6 seconds, as in it is wasted on chariots or single entities, well in the sense it is, but it heals Spewpit for 0.8% health per second for the duration. So how do we use Burplesmirk Spewpit? Obviously the big one is, he's a huge single entity health and regeneration tank. He can cast healing spells, which is not something you find elsewhere in the faction. He can use spells for damage too. The Locus ability is really strong. His army buffs are insane, and this brings me directly to advice about building for him. For once, this is a case where you should actively avoid the Skinwolf Werekin hero's melee attack boosting in favor of the armor. Since there's plenty of attack available, armor is what would really help maximize your poison and your healing. There has never been a better time to pick this lord because he is now properly covered by the Grand Cafe Defeat trait as of patch 7.2, so he will count for the Elemental Mastery boost to spell intensity. You just need more spellcasters in the house than just him. That's a hint to bring some. Let's reiterate, Poison blots out Armor Sundering. It does not blot out Plague of Rust, the Withering, or Soul Blight. Plan accordingly. What else is there to say? He's a blank slate for magic items. You can outfit him like a one-man doom stack, and against a lot of enemies, he can just walk in, Mortis Engine them while beating them into goo, and walk out at full health. The fact he makes an army self-heal even without his help is strong. That's it for this one. Take care, and have fun mixing this with all your other altar benefits, because they didn't go away.